Hello friends, I'm Dr. Sarika Panwar. I welcome you all in video lecture of Information Theory, Coding and Computer Network. It is the subject of third year Electronics and Telecommunication Engineering of Savitribai Phule Pune University. Today we will discuss the cyclic code. In our earlier class, we have discussed about the linear block code, which is a channel coding technique. Cyclic code is also a subclass of LBC, linear block code. It is also easy to encode and it possesses well-defined mathematical structure that leads to development of very efficient decoding scheme. Whenever we encode the data to protect it from noise on communication channel, we have to take the utmost care about the decoding also. We should be able to efficiently decode the data which is encoded at the transmitter side. How the cyclic codes are defined? Cyclic codes are nothing but the binary code. So a binary code is said to be cyclic if it exhibits two fundamental properties, that is linearity property and cyclic property. We know that what is linearity. When two code words are added, two valid code words are added, it should produce the third valid code. That is nothing but the linearity property. Now we will see what is the cyclic property. Consider this n, k code word, where k represents the number of message bits in the code word and n is the total number of bits in the code word including the parity bit. So if these code word bits are represented as C0, C1 up to C of n minus 1, then above code, this particular code is cyclic if it is n tuples. That is, if you rotate this here in this direction like this, so C of n minus 1 will become here MSB and C0 will be shifted this side. Okay, so whenever we perform this shifting operation, whatever we get, that should also be a valid code word. That is nothing but the cyclic property of a code word. Similarly, if you rotate this further, then this C of n minus 1 will be shifted this side and C of n minus 2 will take place of C of n minus 1 and C0 will be shifted here. So this should also be a valid code word. Then only we can say that it is cyclic code word. Now we will see how to represent the cyclic codes in polynomial form. So for that we will consider one code word, that is C0, C1 up to C of n minus 1. That is suppose the code vector. Then this code vector can be represented in terms of polynomial equation C of x. So C of x is equal to C0, that is the first coefficient of the polynomial equation. Then this second bit is C1 of x plus C2 of x square plus dash 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 C of n minus 1 x raised to power n minus 1. This is how we can represent any cyclic code word in the polynomial form. Next term in the cyclic encoding is the generator polynomial. We know that in LBC we used generator matrix to form code word matrix. Similarly here in cyclic code we have to use this generator polynomial equation to generate the cyclic code. This we can say that cyclic polynomial C of x, this C of x can be generated by using data polynomial. which is represented by m of x. M of x is a message polynomial equation of degree k minus 1. Why this k minus 1? Because we consider the cyclic code of n comma k, where k is nothing but the number of message bits and n is nothing but the total number of bits in the code word including the message bits. So to get c of x, that is the cyclic code polynomial, we can use the generator polynomial g of x and m of x, that is the message polynomial. Consider this as equation 1. Now here this m of x is nothing but the message polynomial having the message coefficient bits as m0, m1, m2 up to m of k minus 1. So this message polynomial m of x can be represented as m0 plus m1x plus m of k minus 1 x raised to power k minus 1. This is our message polynomial. This is suppose our equation 2. If this message polynomial is combined with the parity bits, it will form our code word. So parity bits polynomial, that is b of x, it is represented as b0 plus b1x plus dash dash b of n minus 1 minus n minus k minus 1 x raised to power n minus k minus 1. This is suppose our equation 3. Now from this message polynomial and parity bits polynomial, if we want the code polynomial of the form, we want code polynomial of form c of x, that is our cyclic code polynomial, is equal to b of x plus x raised to power n minus k into m of x, where mx is the message polynomial, x raised to power n minus k, this is the variable of this polynomial equation, and b of x, it is the parity bits or check bit polynomial. From equation 1 and equation 2, from equation 1 and 2, now what we can write? From equation 1 and 4, what we can write, that we know that c of x is nothing but m of x into g of x. So this cx value we will put in this equation. So it will become now c of x is equal to m of x into g of x, that was our equation 1, and c of x is equal to b of x plus x raised to power n minus k into m of x, that is our equation 2. Okay, so we can equate these two equations. So now we can write that m of x into g of x is equal to b of x plus x raised to power n minus k m of x. If we divide both sides of this equation by g of x, then this will become, this side will become b of x by g of x plus b of x by g of x plus x raised to power n minus k into m of x divided by g of x. Here it will be m of x. But we can equivalently use the modulo 2 addition here, and this equation can be written as x raised to power n minus k m of x by g of x is equal to this m of x plus b of x by g of x. This is very important equation. We can name this as suppose equation number. From this equation number 6, we can observe that this b of x is remainder left over after dividing x raised to power n minus k mx by g of x. What does it mean? That if we divide x raised to power n minus k mx by gx, then b of x is the remainder left over of that equation. Now we can conclude for the steps or procedure for n comma k cyclic coding. Now we can write the steps for encoding procedure for n comma k cyclic code. First step is multiply the message polynomial, that is mx, by x raised to power n minus k. That will be first procedure. And how we get it? Multiply mx and x raised to power n minus k. This will be our first step. Now in second step, we divide mx into x raised to power n minus k by g of x to obtain remainder b of x. And our third step is add b of x to x raised to power n minus k m of x to obtain code polynomial. So ultimately, what is our aim? Our aim is to get the code polynomial by dividing mx into x raised to power n minus k by this gx to obtain this remainder bx. So to understand these steps, we can solve one numerical based on this.